Welcome back and get ready to start forming success habits that will pay you back in every area of your life today. It's called a 6 most important things to do list. Now, this list was first known as the $64,000 question. A man called Charles Schwab and asked him if he could come in and show the Schwab Company how to increase their bottom line profits in every department. Charles Schwab was reluctant, but the man was so sure of himself and his idea that he said, "You don't have to pay me a thing if it doesn't work. But if it does, I just ask that you send me a check at the end of the month for the amount that you feel it's worth once you try it out." So Charles Schwab let the man come. The man told each department that they were conducting an experiment, and at the end of each workday that they were to ask themselves this question: what are the 6 most important things that I need to do tomorrow in my job to do it most effectively, and to write them down in order of importance, and the next day just to follow their list. Each day they were to ask themselves the same question, write it down, and scratch off as they accomplished it, and those they didn't scratch off to move them to the top of the next day, and so on. About a month and a half later, the man received a check for $64,000, which is the amount of the revenue that increased the first month in the Schwab Company that made the 6 most important things to do list and followed it. So let me ask you this. How many of you are ready to start asking yourselves that question every day at the end of the day, prioritizing and making your list for the next day, and then following your list when you wake up? Absolutely. Well, what I've found is this. We wear so many different hats: mom, wife, co-worker, daughter, friend, Mary Kay consultant, family taxi, and so on, that we don't make a list. We make a novel of things to do, never bothering to prioritize or focus on end results at the end of the day. We're exhausted and frustrated that we didn't get more done. Then we can't sleep at night for thinking about all that we need to do tomorrow. Discipline, you guys, is a success habit. And while bad habits can form naturally, success habits rarely do. They are learned, repeated behaviors when practiced purposefully, daily, for 21 days in a row. They become a habit. Disciplining yourself to make a 6 most important things to do list every night before you go to bed is one of the habits that's helped my success probably more than any other single habit that I've learned over the years. The key, though, is not just making the list, but how you make the list. Go to www.julieweaver.net and then click on Training and then Communication Tools. Scroll down, and right under the weekly plan sheet that we've copied off yesterday, you'll find a thing that says Things I Need to Get Done Today. Print it off and let's go through it together. First, I suggest getting a 3-ring binder or notebook just to put your to-do list in and nothing else. The reason is that you want to establish a success habit of looking back over your previous day or your week's list to determine your habits of avoidance. Check for things that need to be followed up on, or even things that you've forgotten about that may have fallen through the cracks. For example, tonight, before I go to bed, I will look at today's list and yesterday's list and maybe 2 or 3 days ago lists. And I will see if I've consistently procrastinated on doing something that I needed to get done. I have to have a little come to Jesus meeting with myself and say, okay, Julie, either you need to delegate this to someone who will do it, admit that you will never do it and suffer the consequences thereof, or make it the very first thing that I will do tomorrow. And I can't move on to number 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 until I get that one done. I may also see on my list that I have asked my son to do something for me, and I need to follow up with him to make sure that it's gotten done. Or discover a prospect that I left a message with but never heard from. Yes, keeping your list in one notebook to refer to is one of the most valuable assets that you can have when establishing the effective skill of designing your day. In yellow on the list is just a mental checklist of how to design your day. Say your positive affirmations, because your words are so powerful. The Bible says there is death and life in the power of the tongue. And yet more people kill their own success by the negative words that they let come out of their mouth every day, saying, oh, I was just joking, or I really didn't mean it. Those words are powerful. Make saying out loud your positive affirmations a habit. It will change your world. Spend some quiet time with the Lord. praying over your day, praying over your list of things to do, asking for wisdom, ideas, and God's blessing on your business? Did you make your list of things to do the night before, or are you just getting around to doing it the morning when you wake up? The reason that I suggest to you to make your list the night before you go to bed is that people are more grandiose at night. For instance, how many times have you thought before you went to bed that you were going to get up and you were going to put your jogging clothes on, and you were going to run 5 miles or walk before you go to work, and then you're going to watch your carbohydrates, you're going to do your daily devotional, and you're going to write that card to a friend that you've been meaning to? Only you wake up the next morning, you're running late, and the only running that you do is to your closet to throw your clothes on, race to work, and crash as soon as you get home, promising that tomorrow is going to be different. We have all done it. When you wait until the next morning to do your list, your mind is distracted with phone calls, ticking time clock, responsibilities, and the rush of starting your daily battle instead of having a plan to get through it before it starts. At night before you go to bed, you can look back on your day reflectively, thinking out the next day, being proactive rather than reactive. Plus, by putting everything that you need to do on a list before you go to bed, it frees your mind to be able to rest better when you do turn the lights off. Next, did I read or listen to something that grows me? You know, your business will only grow as much as you grow yourself. It's that one extra hour of study that Earl Nightingale talked about to become a national expert in your field. Do you know how much learning you can do in your bathroom while you're putting on your makeup or getting ready? In your car on your way to work? Just by listening to CDs from top nationals and top Mary Kay sales directors. You can order them just by going to www.marykayintouch.com, click on education and then CD education, and then order CDs. It'll tell you different subjects, who it's by. Order them. Keep them in your car. Keep them in your bathroom. And last but not least, on my mental checklist, did I stay focused on only those things that will get me closer to my goal? Or did I get tripped up in doing busy work that I should have delegated? Let me ask you a question. Do you get paid on results or activity? I hope you said results. Yes, you have to put in activity to get results, but I don't know of a company around that will pay you just to be active if you're not producing results. So before you make your list of things to do tomorrow, you need to ask yourself, what do I want my bottom line results to be for the day? What is a productive day? In the top right-hand corner, there is a box for you to determine what you want your results to be for that particular day. Let me give you an example of what my bottom line results were when I first started to really get serious about my Mary Kay career and turn it into a successful career, even though I was working a full-time job. I wanted to get 2 new appointments on my books every day, whether it was a facial, a guest to a meeting, an interview, or a skincare class. If I booked 2 every day, that means I would have 10 appointments of some kind for the week, which means I would probably only hold 5 if I was lucky. I wanted to get 2 new names and numbers every day while I was out and about. That would mean 10 new people a week. And though I would meet people at my classes and facials, I would never be at a loss for someone to pick up the phone and call to book a new appointment. I wanted to sell $60 every day. Therefore, at least I would sell $300 a week, $1,200 a month, always be ordering $600 and be a star consultant. I wanted to give out 2 career CDs every day, or follow up with 2 people about the career, or hold 2 interviews a day, so that I would consistently build my team. Now, those things are not your to-do list. Because if I were to book 2 appointments as one of my things to do, and my son comes home and says, I have a science project due tomorrow, Mom, and I haven't even started on it. You guys, those bookings go out the window, and Mary Kay continually is put on the back burner. You have to learn to weave Mary Kay in and around your life, not slide your life over to make room for Mary Kay. No, those are the bottom line results that you have to strategically plan on how to get done while you're doing life the next day. For example, I might need to deliver a product to a customer. I need to go to the grocery store. I need to pick up a present for a friend's birthday after work and get dinner made. So I would look at my list of things to do and think, okay, how can I when I take that basket of product with me, I could upsell her, show her some of the new products while I'm there, and get part of my $60 sales goal done. And while I'm there, I could give her a career CD because I've never told her about the career opportunity. While I'm at the grocery store and picking up that friend's gift, I could get 2 new names of people around me in lines while I'm hanging out. And while I'm cooking dinner, I could make phone calls, book 2 new appointments, as well as call some of my customers to book an update summer makeover or to sell more product. So what I would do is, beside each of the things that I've listed on my to-do list, I would write my Mary Kay objective while I'm doing it. I would make a list of who I'm going to call, get my basket of new products ready, as well as my career CDs and the customer's product laid out to take with me. Then I would make a list of things that need to be done that I don't necessarily need to do. For example, I need my son to clean his room and bring his dirty clothes down to the laundry room. I need to make sure that Joe has mailed his mother's birthday card, and so on. I prepare and pack for my next day that night. Kind of like when you laid out your clothes the night before you went to school or on a trip to make sure that you were prepared and not stressed. Remember that 1 hour of preparation saves 8 hours of fretting and sweating. Then as things come in during the day, let's just say a sister consultant calls to swap some product, or a friend calls and says she needs to talk to me. I don't stop what I'm doing and immediately handle their to-do list. I write it down at the bottom that says things that I need to do or handle tomorrow. Your list is more important to you than anything else that day, because that is what's going to dictate your results and your future lifestyle. When you stop doing what you're doing to handle somebody else's crisis, to handle somebody else's stress, to handle somebody else's to-do list, what you're saying is your list is more important than mine. Now, I know that may sound extreme, but ladies, number one reason that I see consultants don't succeed in this business is not because they don't have the talent, and it's not because they can't sell, and it's not because they don't have the time, and it's not because they don't have the want to. It is because they get distracted with life. Life will always demand your attention, but it is what you give your attention to that will make you a success or a failure. It is true that whatever you focus on, be it good or bad, will multiply. So focus on what is going to build your business and make you money. Making an effective to-do list is a learned skill. You will get better over time, learning what to delegate, how to prioritize the most important things to do, and when to have a come to Jesus meeting with yourself when you see a pattern of behavior that is not helping you succeed in your business. You'll learn how to stay focused and get more done with the hours that you do have, and have more peace doing it. My challenge to you today is to print off to-do list for the next 21 days and then put it in a 3-ring binder or a folder to keep with you at all times. Then tonight, before you go to bed, make a prioritized list of things that you need to get done and strategically figure out how to get your bottom line results accomplished through your list for the next day. And then at the end of the day, be sure to mark down at the top how many of your bottom line results that you accomplished. Because even if you got everything on your list of things to do done for the day, if you didn't accomplish your bottom line results, you have just been busy, not productive. And being productive is how you get paid. Tomorrow, we'll talk about taking it to the bank, how to pay yourself, how to pay off your business and build your business at the same time.